Well, we just saw The Gambler, and on this show I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it in the car, and then we have a discussion. The review part is spoiler-free, so if you're on the fence and trying to get a recommendation on whether to see this or not, you can watch that first part. If you've already seen the movie or don't care about spoilers and just want to hear everything we thought, watch the whole thing, and we'll talk about everything. The Gambler is about a college professor, played by Mark Wahlberg, who has a gambling addiction, and he starts the movie out in trouble and manages to get himself into a lot more trouble, a lot more debt, owing a lot more people, and things escalate into a worse and worse situation from there. It's a remake of a movie made with the same name in 1974, and this one, the ending is slightly different. That's all I'll say for the non-spoiler part. I thought it was really well acted. The soundtrack is really fantastic.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is great. The three main bosses that he's dealing with are all very good. His mother is somebody. I forget who now. She's like some. Sorry.
She's someone famous.
It's killing me. I can't think of her name now.
I can't either help.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good cast and it's a decent screenplay. It's got kind of a letdown of an ending from a. I think people in the theater, there was this really strange reaction at the ending, which was hooray! They wanted it to happen, but at the same time, it's really?
It doesn't fit the rest of the
It's
tone
very
of the
anticlimactic.
Movie.
It's it has a sports movie ending on a crime drama. If that makes any sense. So
what? Yeah, anyway.
I'll explain.
Okay.
So anyway, I enjoyed it. I liked watching it. It was pretty to look at. There was a lot of cool stuff in the screenplay. A lot of good acting. I really liked the whole thing start to finish. There's some things about the ending that were weird. I liked him having his crazy English class and talking to his students and, learning more about them. They had some surprising things to say, and it was just all the way around a well-written thing. A lot of that stuff is from the original movie, and the original story was from an actual college professor who did have a gambling addiction. This isn't what happened to him, but it's he sort of fictionalized his own life and came up with this. So, yeah, I would say if you're up for a crime thriller, this isn't this. I mean, this is not going to be, the award nomination movie. It was originally supposed to be directed by Martin Scorsese. It's not that level of a film. It's not an awards contender or anything like that, but it's still a really solid movie. So if you're into that genre, I would say give it a try.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought, I didn't want to leave to leave the theater.
Yep.
I needed to use the restroom, and I really hesitated for quite a while because I didn't want to miss any of the sort of pieces of the plot that were falling in place.
Yeah, the machinations of things that happen.
And I thought the acting was really well done. Mm-hmm. I thought John Goodman did a really good job.
Yep.
I thought, although I do still in my head think of him as Marky Mark, I thought Mark Wahlberg did a good job of really playing, sort of, without getting to spoilers, sort of the conflicted personality and the kind of the internal monologue of somebody who is struggling with an addiction and struggling with gambling specifically. That sort of hate the sin, not the sinner, trying to separate himself from the behavior that he feels like he can't control.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was worth seeing, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of the end. I think it kind of, I want to say it ruined the movie, but it sort of knocked it off its tracks.
It did. So Yeah, so definitely check it out. If it sounds like something that's good to you, you're probably, I mean, don't let us spoil it for you, but with the review we just gave, it's kind of hard for you not to like watch the rest of this now. So
La 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 la.
I mean, basically, he starts the movie out in debt to the is it the Korean guy?
I think. Yeah.
And he owes the Korean guy like $240,000. And by the end of the movie, he owes the Korean guy, Omar from The Wire, and John Goodman like 1.25 million or 2.5 million or something crazy like that. And so he makes it back by basically making a deal with and the guy in the movie is like the King of Spades is what they're calling him on like cell phone and stuff, but it's the guy that played Omar on The Wire. He makes a deal to like get Lamar, this basketball player that's taking his class from him, to like shave points on a game, and he does that to satisfy that bet, but he also like sends a friend to Vegas with all of the money that he owes, or most of the money that he owes, to make a similar bet in Las Vegas.
Not even a friend, one of his students.
Well, yeah, one of the students.
Yeah.
That needs cash, and he's helping out a little bit. And they go out. He goes out and does that, and he basically is won enough that he can only pay one of the two. He can only pay back the Korean boss or John Goodman, and so he goes to neutral ground and places a roulette bet. It's basically a 50-50 chance. He either doubles his money.
Nothing.
Yeah, he either doubles his money or he wins nothing. And he doubles his money and says that it's owed to the other two. John Goodman catches up with him and says, hey, there was a little something extra, and he has like, I don't know, $50,000 or $100,000, and he's like, no, I don't want it. And then he runs like seemingly like all the way across town to his apartment and knocks on the door of his apartment where this girl that he was interested in earlier in the movie is
I don't even know what her name is.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody's name is really that important in this. So what's disappointing about it is that he wins a 50-50 bet at the end. Like, that's the way that he gets out of it. It's not particularly exciting, and it's not particularly in tone with the rest of the movie. It would have made more sense if he had lost and those two guys like decided to square it, or just thought it was such a great story that they let him go, or they nearly kill him or something, which is closer to what happens in the earlier movie. They don't kill him, but they mess him up pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't think it was very satisfying because at this point, I don't really believe that he's not going to go out and continue to do the same things that he did through the entire movie. Granted, he refused that $50,000 or whatever, and so maybe that's a nod to, oh, he's changed. He doesn't want that money from him.
Well, I think what they were going for was when he walked in with a huge amount of money and set it down, and like that whole underground place was like watching, and they saw it happen, and they saw him walk out and not take the winnings. Like, that was a big success for him. Like, now he is the famous guy that did that.
He's the winner instead of the...
He's the guy that won all the money back, was under pressure from every boss in town, and he did it. He survived it. He made it. I think that's what they were going for. And I think the thing with John Goodman was just to like cement that with the audience that no, he's not going back. But because it happens immediately after he walks out, it's like, I don't know if that'll take. I mean, maybe he's going to wake up in a bad mood in a day or two and decide to, sell something else and get back into debt. And all those guys will probably take him back, so.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. the end wasn't satisfying. I also I'm not sure I buy into the relationship with his student, and
Yeah.
although I guess he makes poor decisions, so that is par for the
Well,
course. But
he's smart, and she's smart, and I think he sold himself a little bit short with his novel. Like, I think they were
so
sort of
he's going
throwing...
to redeem himself through her.
No, I mean, he states in the movie, I think what he really wanted was to start from absolutely nothing. He didn't want his parents' baggage or money or problems. He really wanted to start from absolutely nothing. And I think, like, that's... having a relationship with her is essentially doing that, because, like, she drives a crappy old car, and she's a college student, and...
Yeah. It just seems like that seems like a relationship that could go very badly very quickly. I mean,
he's not going to keep teaching.
But still, they started out, I mean, it's that power differential. They started out in, their relationship started out when he was her professor. So they're sort of uneven footing. She is young and probably at some level thinks that it's kind of romantic to get together with your professor, and he's flattering her and tells her how smart he is.
Yeah, and then he goes and says, hey, watch me be an addict for a minute.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's true.
Watch me blow all of my mom's money.
Yeah.
Like, my mom could have gotten me out of all of this. Here's what I do with that.
Fair enough.
And she's like, why do you do that? And he's like, because I need to start from nothing. That's what I need.
All right.
And the fact that she's in his apartment at the end, like, all, you know, her, he is no longer responsible for, like, tricking her into something.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
She
and
has
I guess
made her decision.
To say that she's been tricked is to sell her short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's the one that comes back and all of that stuff, too.
Yeah.
So, she's interested. I think it's just a question of, like, whether he comes back alive or not, that she was waiting to find out.
Yes.
Always important. Well, anyway, that was The Gambler. If you like the way we do these reviews, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews over at DaleMaxfield.com, and have a Happy New Year. Good night.
Yeah, Happy New Year.